everything exploded. So let's see what happened. So this is the floor plate and the follower. The hit came here. It came here, but let's see, where's the spring? Hi guys, and welcome to the next 1000 rounds on a Czech Small Arms VZ58. Today probably was one of the funniest thing I have seen. So, as you could see on the earlier footage, we did drop this rifle with this magazine on the magazine, like in the position on the magazine like this, on Ozark racks, and that was done on purpose because there was a lot of questions about those magazines, how they're holding up and everything. And as you could see on the spectacular footage, the magazine totally exploded. What happened was this floor plate managed to slide off and unleashed all the rounds all over the place, and the magazine spring and the follower. Everything was spread out in a nice radius. I spent the most time looking for the spring. I didn't notice that it was a little bit on the left side. I got it, put everything back together, and loaded all rounds. Miraculously, they didn't disappear, and all 30 rounds went through it. But this brings me to the point about those magazines. And I'll have the pictures, you will see it, this really cool. So I did, when you're looking at those magazines, there is like a little button which is coming through the floor plate, and this is holding the spring and the whole thing together. And on this magazine, right now when I put it back together, you can see it's a little bit flush, it's not extended. My lane of thinking is, if the Czech Small Arms could make these plates a little bit stronger, because as you can see this is a very flexible one, and if they could make this a little bit more rigid, that this would prevent the things like this from happening. Because as you can see, there's nothing wrong with the magazine, this is nothing, there's no damage and everything, but magazine did manage to disassemble himself on impact with the rounds. And this is something what I'm guessing most of you, unless you are some sort of the comedian, don't want to experience when by mistake you're dropping the rifle. Another thing to do then is to watch. Let's just basically don't drop the rifle with those magazines on the ground. But as we know, every time when you play hard, things happen. So that's the side note about the magazines. Other than this, guys, I have to tell you, we have zero malfunctions on this rifle. I did use hollow points mainly for this 1000 rounds. Someone was asking about the hollow points, so we did run hollow points. It cycles them perfectly. Sometimes on the first, when you just putting the fresh magazine loaded with 30 rounds, you have to push that bolt forward to close it. But that's pretty much it, and it's really working and cycling the hollow points without any issues. There is one more thing which I noticed, and I want to bring this to your attention. This is something what you have to probably watch it from time to time. Hopefully the camera will pick it out, but I have that pistol grip a little bit loose, and this is basically a screw at the bottom, and I have to tighten up my screw. But rifle went through a lot already, and that's kind of probably normal, but I have to tighten up that screw. In the future you can probably add some blue Loctite or whatever. It's not like you're changing if you're not changing the pistol grips. Other than this, as I said, rifle cycles perfectly fine, zero malfunctions on it, so that's kind of impressive as well. Let me dig inside and see what we got. So we'll pull out the pins Okay, pull this out, the dust cover and the bolt carrier group. Let me see the dust cover with the springs. Everything here is looking perfectly normal, guys. Nothing is jumping out. And guts of the bolt and the bolt carrier. This little bracket, no damage whatsoever. But let's focus on the bolt and extraction claw. Very strong extraction on the rifle. Still, it kicks rounds out without any issues. As I said, zero malfunctions, and everything here is looking good. If you're seeing something, let me know. If you want to pay attention to some wear, or if you see premature wear on something, let me know. I'm learning with you on those little parts as well. And here everything is looking good as well. I do not see anything, guys. A little bit about that trigger. This is that polymer trigger. Some people don't like that. You know what? I'm getting slowly used to it. It doesn't bother me that much. That's kind of interesting. You can change it. If you don't like those polymer triggers, you can change them to the metal ones. But that one, it's no longer, I think, so it's an issue. I think it's kind of cool. We'll see. Maybe I will, get more into the triggers and see what I can do, but so far so good. It is what it is. On the trigger mechanism is really nice. It's smooth. It's working really cool. And quick look into the gas chamber, not the gas chamber, bullet chamber. And it's been hot. It's been hot, and I'm tired. Everything here is looking good. All is fine. On impact, as you can see, that Zhukov stock folded to the side, but it folded to the side, nothing happened, it still works, it just folded to the side. But if you will unfold it, it works perfectly fine, and it's holding the place. So that was interesting to see too. Let me pull out the cover for the piston rod, and semi Pirates Union. Oh, look through the cover, nothing happening. Everything here is looking good. It's just a lot of gunk, powder gunk, guys, which is normal and expected to happen. Let me pull out that piston. Don't want to lose that spring. There you go, I'll put it here. And the piston head is looking good, and rear of the piston is looking good as well. Quick look, I will try to peek inside the gas block. Everything here is looking fine. And of course the bayonet for poking for fun. And everything here is looking good. All the pins are looking good. And that milled receiver is fabulous. Really, I like it a lot. So, speaking about problems what we have kind of encountered, remember about the magazines, guys. That's kind of important. I'll pass the feedback to the Czech Small Arms, and I think that making that little bracket more rigid and that button more rigid, it will prevent the things like this from happening. Other than this, here everything is looking good. I will have to tighten up that screw for the pistol grip, and we'll continue to plow. Not that much left, but there are still some rounds left with the counter. We'll set up the rifle for a no-go gauge. We'll set up the rifle for a no-go gauge test, and we'll see how it is performing. Stay tuned. Check temperature. Shock and all. Ooh. It's 4:30. We'll stop it. No-go gauge express set up. And are we going back to Czech Republic? No, we are not. We cannot close. Look at that. We cannot close that bolt carrier, and the bolt is not engaging. So there we go. Beautiful, very good performance on the rounds count and on the general cycling. Some work to do for the Czech Small Arms on improving magazines, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting AKOU Operators Union, and thanks for being with us.